It is simply unacceptable.
These are the faces of worried Amtrak and transit workers with families to feed who are currently furloughed and frustrated.
We all have a voice, every one of us.
At protests in Washington and nationwide on Wednesday, devastated TCU IAM members from Amtrak criticized Capitol Hill for not extending funding for transit workers. Members of Congress who support extending the funding say,
when you take the health worries of COVID-19 and you add on to that job insecurity, you add on to that losing your health care because you're losing your job. The private sector on its own isn't going to step up. It takes government. It takes an active federal government that cares about its people, that is willing to invest in its people, and that is willing to help us get through this until we finally get a vaccine and we can say goodbye to this awful pandemic.
COVID had a ripple effect, we all know that, but we need to then step up and make sure that the impact is not felt by the frontline workers who are doing the yeoman's work every single day to make sure that commuters get from point A to point B safely.
Nobody behind me did anything wrong. Not one of these workers did anything wrong. Not any of these union members did anything wrong. They showed up, they did their job in risky circumstances, and they do it in risky circumstances every single day.
a strong sentiment shared by these TCU and Machinist Union members who are waiting and worrying.
We're on the brink of destruction of the lives of over 2,000 families. The families of hardworking and dedicated Amtrak employees. The same Amtrak employees who have never stopped working all through this pandemic, risking their lives to keep Amtrak running.
But hope may be on the horizon, as Washington could pass a funding bill in the coming days. In the meantime,
there are tens of thousands of people all across the United States that are with us in spirit. And they're making calls, and they're sending emails, and they're visiting. And we need all of you to do the exact same thing. It's so important that everybody here stand up for our trains and stand up for our workforce that keeps those trains running.
Stop playing games with Amtrak's workers' lives.